to Pirate Town. I don't know where we are. It's me, Alex, and this is my channel. You should probably know who I am by now. I'm being joined by 4 lovely guests this way. One of which is here in the middle. Xalavier is going to be running an RPG session of his own RPG called Ellipses today, where we're going to be pirates. And we're just currently going through making some characters. I don't know if everyone maybe wants to do a quick intro of themselves in case people don't know who you are. We can start with yourself, Xalavier, if you want to.
Hello, my name is Xalavier Nelson Jr. I'm a game developer, as well as someone who works in tabletop and comics and journalism. I'm so tired, and I've lived many lives already. My recent biggest thing is that I just launched a game called Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator on PC and Xbox Game Pass. So, if you're a fan of making money and or flesh, you don't have to tell me which of those things you're a fan of, but you can play the game now.
That's great. Yeah, we won't judge you because you don't have to tell us which one. Somebody in chat is saying that they've been playing that, so that's great. Johnny, would you like to go next?
Yes, hello. I am Johnny Chiodini. I do gaming things. I've been doing that for quite a while. I used to work with lollies on a little website called Dicebreaker, but now I have a Patreon and I stream myself painting Warhammer, playing video games, that sort of thing. It's all right. I'm really good at self-promo.
It's great. By the way, if you want to find out any more about everyone who's on today, !guests will send you to their Twitters where that's where you can find all the stuff that they're involved in. Mel, would you like to
I'm also not great at self promo. I'm also tired, so that's something we all have in common.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mel, Melanie Clarke, otherwise known on the interwebs as her name is Malila. In my day job, I work in television production, which is why I'm always tired. And in my preferred life as a content creator, I stream on Twitch and basically share the retro brainness in here with my community. I think that's it. Yeah.
I think in my little intro I said she's also the star of Murder Bean.
I am the star of Murder Bean. But some of you may have already seen on Lolly's channel. I am the Murder Bean.
I love that. I just love how quickly you can change to just a whole other persona. It's great.
only when I remember my hotkeys. Only, which is rare, which is very rare.
And I know with the cow on your head.
Hey, hi, I'm Inel Tomlinson. I'm an actor, comedian, and voiceover artist. I've voiced a few games in my time as well.
Like the Solitaire Conspiracy.
Hey, great game. And I'm looking forward to this. And this is Core.
That's Core. Oh, I didn't realize that it's got a name.
So you're Core. So it's Core and you're more?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We're going deep now.
this.
Okay, fine.
Come on. I've been building up my character. I want to get ready for this.
Good.
Come on.
I'm so excited for this.
The Great.
Yeah, so we've just been building our characters, but we were gonna kind of do some of it on stream as well because it doesn't take very long and it shows off the system a little bit. The system, by the way, if you put !RPG, that'll take you to the link so you can get the system yourself. Sorry, I'm just getting a very loud notification. So yeah, we've got Cormor. We've also got. Wait. I've just remembered my name. I'm Stinky Sue. There is somebody Steve.
Hi, I'm
Steve.
Feeble Steve.
Feeble Steve, that's the one. And Mel's got a long one that I'm never gonna remember. Betty.
There's alliteration. I am Buxom Buccaneer Betty, otherwise known as the Triple B.
The Triple B.
Yeah.
Taking notes. And we've just done our health. We've done our inventory. We've done our status and our level. And Xalavier, tell us if there's anything else we need to do.
Yes. So the setup for this session is that you are a pirate crew, quietly renowned and feared. You're kind of like niche, kind of like the Smiths when they started. Before they got much larger, I've been listening to a lot of Smiths. It started with my dad listening to a lot of Smiths, and then me realizing that despite him being a very macho man, he played this charming man a lot in the car when I was younger. This is getting off topic. Anyway, so you are a pirate crew quietly renowned for being in a pretty small schooner, taking on much larger ships, pilfering them of their valuables, scuttling the ship when you're done with it, and then sailing back to a port and making your profits liquid, both through rum as well as gold. You've been building up your reserves in this way for a time, staying small and nimble like some content creators you might be watching right now. And as a result, that puts you in a position to take advantage of unique opportunities, such as an English galleon, which is rumored to be on its way back to the motherland with a hoard of gold discovered at one of its colonies in the West Indies. So right now, you have defined your level. You know how healthy or not healthy you are in the case of Feeble Steve. You know your character names. And what was the piece of information that I was supposed to give at the beginning of this, Alex?
Well, do we need to do anything with strength? The
Yes.
strength, like agility and that stuff?
We figured out your names, and we can introduce your characters very shortly, as well as your character's pronouns. We figured out that your current state is piratical, although that's going to be something a little bit different for Cormor, as I'll introduce in just a second. We figured out what's in your inventory, as well as your signature item. And we know generally how your character looks. What we're going to figure out next is, in any great RPG tradition, how you assign your stats and what you're good at and what you're extremely very bad at, which is in itself a piece of role-playing. So, with all that introduced, why don't we go around and introduce everybody's characters?
Okay. Should I go first?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm a Stinky Sue. I'm called Stinky Sue because to be honest, I'm like mostly, you know, I don't stink like BO or anything like that, but I don't take very good care of this eye hole situation I've got going on. And so there's like quite a bad stench that comes from my eye hole. I don't know if there's another way to describe that, but that's how I'm going to refer to it.
Your eye socket?
My eye socket. Yeah, sure. If that's what you want to call it, sure. Let's go with eye socket. I've got my special signature item is well, it's not really an item, but you can kind of see him. He's back here. He's a parrot called Peter. He's my friend. We've been traveling over the high seas for a while, and it's great. Any other information? No, that's pretty much it. I am ruthless. I like a drink, and I am excited.
Fantastic. One quick thing. Would you like a special action related to who your character has proven themselves to be thus far?
Yeah.
It will be slightly disgusting.
Okay.
It's called I want you to put in event. One of the things about Ellipses is that you can alter your character through who they are and who they've proved themselves to be through their actions, as opposed to simply assigning things on a sheet. And in this case, and that's very free-form active storytelling between players and game master. In this case, Alex, I want you to write the event is Last Ditch Eifert. And once in this session, and you can choose when, you can lift up your eye patch and it will shoot liquid into the eyes of someone who you choose.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Okay.
It's I don't know what the liquid does yet. We'll find out.
It sounds like a kinky cyclops.
I can only do it when I get real excited.
Only when she's really excited.
Great.
Speaking of Cormor, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Cormor. The reason I'm called that's Cor, and I'm More. The reason I'm called Cormor was when I was young. I was a young swashbuckling ship lad, swabbing the decks of my first crew when I was a teenager. But those pirates, they backstabbed me and left me on a remote island for me to fend for myself. The only thing I found on the island was Cor, and the only way for me to survive was to actually kill him and eat him.
Oh.
There we are.
Oh, brutal.
There we are. I've had a tough childhood.
Stunned silence. Like what?
Tough childhood.
I just yeah, he was like, so wait, were you mates with him first, or he was just instantly food for you?
Oh, well, instantly food because I'm
Okay.
on a desert island by myself.
Right, okay.
But we soon became friends as Cormor speaks to me, but only I can hear him.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay, great. That's great.
I'm going to use that. Johnny, do you want to introduce your character?
Yes, my character is called Feeble Steve. Feeble Steve is extremely pasty, like practically translucent, and is just kind of like all skin and bones, like a stiff breeze would knock him over. He went to sea at a young age, found that he didn't like it, but at the minute he got back, his family sent him out again because they didn't want to have him around. So he's slowly taken to the life of piracy. And basically is, I think, tolerated on the crew because he doesn't really take much of the loot at all. Because it's the only way to convince people to keep him on board the ship.
Oh.
He's just a bit dreadful. But he does, my special item is smelling salts, in case I have a funny turn. And someone needs to bring me back around.
And speaking of, when I heard the origin of Feeble Steve, we agreed that Feeble Steve would have one other thing, a secret ability that even Feeble Steve didn't know about, that would make him notable. And that was, the event was Feeble Steve's Agonies. And for his agonies, if he is reduced from the frankly terrifying number of 16 HP given 3 rolls of a d20, Feeble Steve can be brought back to life with the smelling salts. So,
Really looking
Excellent.
forward to getting killed.
we'll see where Feeble Steve lands in the end. Mel, do you want to introduce your character now?
Yeah, I am Buxom Buccaneer Betty, who doesn't look shockingly unlike me right now. I have 35 HP. I am a ex-tavern owner where I used to obviously ply pirates and marks, not victims, are they? Alike. And then started on the rob myself until it got too hot, and then I had to hit the high seas because they were after me.
And what is your signature item?
Rum, but it's not any rum. It's the strongest rum known to man. One sip, out like a light. Out like a light.
Ooh.
It's knockout
Super-
rum.
It's super rum.
Super rum.
Super rum.
Is it spelled
Yes.
SUPAH?
Super.
Super.
Super ram.
Ah, super rum.
Super rum.
Yeah. Super rum.
You got all cockney now, is
You've
you?
unlocked
Super rum.
Cockney.
Hey, it's back in a bay.
The event, so I'd like you to put in your event section of your log, Super Rum. And the effect is,
Super ram.
it can knock out any NPC like a light as long as they willingly drink it first.
Okay.
That's
And
always the
finally
tricky
for,
part, yeah.
finally for Cormor,
Yes.
your event is Core, and your
Oh,
effect is your current state changes because you receive premonitions of things to come.
Oh, cool.
Current state changes because I see. Oh.
That's cool.
So your current state is not piratical.
Mm.
Your current state is Christmassy. And the reason why is because this heist you're about to do in this English galleon occurs the night before Christmas. That will become relevant later. So, with all this established about your characters, backstories, signature items, special things you can do, we're going to get into the crunchy bit of how unlucky are you really? You have a few stats, strength, luck, agility, persuasion, creativity, and observation. Strength, of course, defining strength, luck, defining how lucky you are, persuasion, your ability to gab, agility, movement, speed, dodging, ducking, weaving, climbing masts, piratical things, creativity, ability to improvise, make things, observation, of course, your ability to perceive the world, and focus, which is a special thing for this system, is a wild card. That statistic changes based off of the given setting you're in, based off of, again, the storytelling between players and GM. And in this case, focus, it defines just how high your Christmas spirit is.
Aww.
Which sounds like a very useless thing, but will be relevant in this session, I will warn you.
Okay.
Particularly in this case, because Christmas spirit will define your passive ability to recognize things in this world. And after that, I will say no more. So, starting with Alex once again, how do you want to assign those character points considering you have 34 health?
Okay, so is 34 like the points that I can divvy out essentially, or how?
You're at level 6, so you get to fill in 6 bubbles.
So if
by default, you get a -2 in anything where you have no ellipses. Fill in the first bubble, you get no penalties. And after that, it's all bonuses.
Right, okay. Right, I would say I'm quite strong. I'm gonna give myself if I color in the first 2 circles, I'm like +2 on strong. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I would say I am quite. Oh wait, I was gonna say observation, but I only have one eye, so maybe not.
You can be observational. That's up to you. How observational are you with that one eye?
I think, to be honest, I think the fact that I lost one eye just made the other eye like extra good. That's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna give myself just 0 on observation. Let's not go too wild. I'm gonna give myself something on persuasion now. Let's think. Do you know what? I'm gonna give myself something on agility as well. I don't think I'm very creative. Now, focus.
That's your Christmas spirit.
That's my Christmas spirit. My Christmas
This is where you ask the most difficult question anyone asks about their character. Do you have Christmas spirit?
Yeah. I feel like... I don't think I'm the Grinch, but I don't think I care for Christmas. I don't think I'm like, decorating the ship or anything like that. I think I'm like, maybe I'll put myself as a 0 for that. Because I think I'm just like, it is, and I don't really, whatever. So that's 6 actually. So I've got +2 in strength, 0 in agility, 0 persuasion, 0 observation, 0 focus, 0 Christmas spirit in this case.
2 strength.
Pretty
plus 1 for persuasion. +1 for observation. And you said 1 for Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
And then there was another one you mentioned. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 6. Was it agility?
Agility got 1 as well, yeah.
Yep, cool. Cormor.
I'm gonna go with 0 on strength. And then luck, +4. Very lucky. He should be dead already. +4 on that. So that's 3 points just used on the luck alone, right? Then I'm going to have 0 on agility. And then also 0 on creativity.
Nice.
So how does Cormor feel about the concept of Christmas?
He sees it as a means of making money.
Cormor doesn't give in to material possessions.
No, he takes them.
Johnny, tell me about Feeble Steve.
Alrighty. Strength, nothing. Luck, I've taken a 0. Agility, nothing. Persuasion, nothing. Creativity, +2. Have to be pretty inventive to stay alive as Feeble Steve. I nearly called him Flaky Steve there, but Feeble Steve has to focus pretty hard on just being.
That's the nickname.
Flaky Steve. Hey, Flaky Steve. It's Feeble Steve. Observation is on a 0 because kind of again, always has to be on the ball in case he discovers he's dying, for one reason or another. And focus is a +2 for the same reason. Basically, he's just like, you know how like if you stop heating water, it starts to go cold, like that, but just being alive.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So that's
deep,
Feeble
man.
Steve.
You instead of Tiny Tim, you've made Feeble Steve.
Yep. Yep.
Tiny Tim made it to adulthood, is basically.
God bless us, everyone.
So that's 1 point in luck, 2 points in creativity, 1 point in observation, and 2 in Christmas spirit.
Yeah, Christmas spirit. Yeah. Well, it's a lovely time of year when people tend to be in a giving mood, so they'll give him things like meat, which is the iron is really useful at this time of year.
Very useful.
When it's cold. 'Cause, so it's a time when he really relies on the goodwill of others.
Feeble Steve is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Just a mess of a pirate.
Yeah.
How have we ended up with like a charity case on the ship?
But-
Paid to be here. That's why. Paid to be on the ship.
Yeah, but you can have all my loot. Oh no, I found my voice. Good luck, everyone.
So shaky.
You can have all my loot.
So Mel, how are you assigning your statistics, considering you're also the tank of the ship with the most health, 35?
Yeah, because of that, I'm going to completely ignore strength and agility.
You don't need it. You're beefy.
I'd like to go for +2 luck, +2 persuasion, and I would like +2 in Christmas spirit.
Oh.
And that's my 6.
I wouldn't have pegged Triple B as a really Christmassy type of person. Why don't you tell me more about that?
It was my favorite time in the tavern. You get the tree up, everyone's in, they're happy. No one's robbing anyone. Everybody loves everybody. Everyone's giving presents instead of stealing from each other.
Well, some.
Yeah.
Apart from Cornwall.
Cormor's got those sticky fingers. So, with all of that established, you now have complete characters. Congratulations.
Nice.
And I would say also like impressive, but I don't think we can apply that word to Feeble Steve in particular.
Oh no.
Perhaps impressive in the sense of how does this person live every day?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, if y'all are ready, we can get into our adventure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yar.
If you don't mind, I'm going to
Yarr.
play me some pirate music in the background. You won't be able to hear it, but I will.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I've already
Fantastic.
got some going.
Nice.
If you can share with me the link for that, I'm also going to listen to pirate music.
I'm assuming it's not royalty free because then I can't listen to it.
No.
Boomerang.
It's royalty free if I hum it, right? Like that's a different interpretation.
Yes.
Yes.
While y'all are just doing your actions, I'll just be like,
Have you got the same one at the top of YouTube, Feeble Steve?
No, I didn't even
Type in
think about
pirate
that.
music is the first link.
Oh, hello. Yes, let's get that going in the background.
I tell you what, I'll check it in the Discord.
yes.
Pirate
That's where I was waiting for it. So
yeah.
while you're doing that, I'm gonna again just set the scene very briefly.
Mhm.
Ooh, let me see. Okay, I'm feeling some things. I'm in. So, is the under cover of night? You have sailed your small ship. Think about the size of a London flat, quite small, but capable of carrying things occasionally. As long as you don't get damaged, which you are all fortunately experts in with your particular method of heisting. Under cover of night, you have approached this English galleon. Most of the lights are dimmed. There's a few lookouts with telescopes, and it being, close to Christmas, they haven't quite gotten into festivities themselves yet. But, God, this music is good. I'm gonna have to turn it down so I don't get too distracted. Yeah. So, the ship, and also because it was pretty quiet what they discovered. You only managed to hear it because no one managed to see Feeble Steve in the corner of a tavern while discussing the potential haul. The ship's sails are unfurled. They're curled up. They aren't really going anywhere. They are preparing for the rest to come, and also for waiting for the really good winds that will emerge within the next few days to carry them home. With all that in mind, what do you all do?
Check my blood pressure.
All right. I'd like you to do a quick luck check for that.
Okay.
Dead.
So it's just a D20.
Yep.
That is an 8.
All right. Your blood pressure is weak but consistent.
Okay, good. Yeah, sounds about right.
And
Don't worry, everyone. It's weak but consistent.
In the distance, you hear someone say, 12 o'clock? I don't see anything. Not seeing anything tonight. Just a quiet night here on the ship.
Oh, right, we're doing voices. Okay.
Yeah, if you can. So are we all together at the moment?
You're all together on your ship,
On our
prepared,
ship,
waiting for your moment.
okay. And is the galleon? Is there other ships in the port apart from the galleon that we're looking to rob?
You're not in the port. You're some ways from it. You're on the open ocean. Right now.
Great. That's good. Okay. So
There is no sight of land nearby.
Okay. Well, I'm famously bad at raiding other ships from my time in Sea of Thieves, so I feel like I should not take the lead on this.
What's the plan, Triple B?
It's actually 11 o'clock. Sorry. My watch was wrong. This is important for plot reasons.
I reckon. I could knock that guy out and take his place, and then
Okay.
I could get on the ship. I could sneak on the ship, knock that guy out, take his place, and then while I'm up there, I'm assuming this guy is in the crow's nest. The guy who's shouting.
No, he's positioned at the back of the ship. You're kind of following it from a safe distance. So he's at the very back of the ship, and in front and behind him extends the full brunt of the ship, including someone much sharper up on the crow's mast, I would say.
Damn. Okay. My plan
Shame
is
all of you chose smelling salts, alcohol, a parrot, and the head of a dead cow, and don't have a looking glass to see anything further.
I'm gonna send Pete. I'm gonna send Peter over to the ship.
Okay.
To the galleon.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, thanks. To to steal the looking glass of the guy who's looking for us for trouble. That's right.
Interesting. Crow's Nest or the back of the ship?
Back of the ship, the guy who's a bit dim.
Okay. I would like you to roll an observation roll. If it rolls, let's say, below a 12, you don't quite manage to. It doesn't quite manage to grab it. There will be a consequence. If it manages to roll to like around an 18, then grabs it successfully. He's none the wiser. Not the brightest bulb, but if you get like a 19 or a 20, I'm gonna make something special happen that you will like.
Well, I got 18 plus 2, so that's a 20, baby!
Well, dang, for the first roll, aside from Feeble Steve's blood pressure, we have a stellar success. So, Peter, do you have a voice for Peter? What does Peter say when he's off on a mission?
Peter! That's what he sounds like. I got him, like, he was in like a pet shop, but like he was like an unwanted pet that nobody really wanted because there was something a bit wrong with him. So I got him.
It is the wrong thing that he can't say any phrases, just Peter.
Well, no, he can talk, but that's what he sounds like. He mostly says his own name. He's a bit like a Pokemon, but he can say the odd thing, but it's like nonsensical. I don't think he knows what he's saying.
Sounds like he smokes 20 a day.
Well, that's what's wrong with him. Something wrong with his like vocal.
He just ingested too much pipe smoke. So Peter.
Okay, do you know what? It's canon. He is a smoker.
Yay!
You got a smoking pirate.
Well, now I have to ask, like, when he exhales, does like smoke come out of his parrot nostrils?
Yeah, when he's smoking, but yeah. He is a 20 a day. Let's say that. Let's go with that.
That's why you have to raid these ships so that you can pay for his pipe addiction. So Peter alights from your shoulder, weaves towards the man on the back of the ship, has enough recognition to kind of keep his wits about him as he wends his way towards this figure. And as he grabs the looking glass, the lookout goes, "Oh, no, looking glass!" and tumbles end over end into the deep.
Good.
Fantastic. That's one down.
Now, Cormor, you hear something in your ears that no one else hears. And that is someone's watching what you do next. And at that moment, what the rest of you see is the lookout popping out of the briny deep going, "I can't swim! They really should have hired me a lot of location! Help!
Oh,
You now have a looking glass, Stinky Sue, and you've eliminated one of the guards.
Okay, I would like to. I just realized, I'm really annoyed because I actually realized I have a looking glass as part of this costume, but I don't have it in the room. Anyway, I would like to take the looking glass and look at the crow's nest to see if I can see anyone up there.
As you unfold it, I would like to do a quick. Let's go for a luck check.
Uh-oh. So I have -2 on this, right? Because I didn't cross anything off.
Yep.
Cool. Oh wow! I rolled a 2, -2.
You had a 0 roll, and as you unfold your looking glass to look through it, aiming directly at the crow's nest, you see an eye looking directly back towards you. He folds his own looking glass, and quietly you see it's a scarred sailor. He's got 3 big claw marks across his face. Quite weathered old man. Bulky and muscular. He starts to climb his way down quietly, not alerting the rest of the ship, but He's climbing down from the crow's nest and taking his time with a somewhat threatening confidence.
Guys.
Still can't.
I was going to say, how close are we to the drowning man?
I'd say you're about. I'm not gonna even try to translate it into meters. I'm so sorry.
Oh, fine. Could I like throw him a line before he goes under?
Yeah. I was going to say,
I'd say you're a
should we
little bit
save him?
further out. You're about, say, 150 feet out from the ship. It would take a coordinated effort to save him at this point.
Okay.
But you can do so if you are so inclined.
Well, he can't. He's feeble Steve, isn't he?
Oh, I imagine he'd be ever so grateful if I could save him. But that is a big if.
You can't even save yourself, people, Steve.
Sit this one out, feeble Steve.
I sit down and put my head between my knees.
Oh, do you get seasick?
Yeah. Oh my god, all the time. Are you kidding?
I reckon we should save him and befriend our ship that is in front of us. For as I guess he fell overboard, but nobody saw why he fell overboard.
I like it. Let's do it.
Act like we're helping.
This is me steering.
Just Tokyo drifting that ship. It's gonna take a bit of creativity to get to this man.
Is it?
And that will be the person who I would say manipulates the sails such that you can tack close without also running into the ship. Who's gonna be tacking the sails?
Well, Batch and Betty, you've got some good creativity about you, didn't you?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I can certainly try.
I got luck, I got persuasion, and I got Christmas spirit.
All right, then. I'll tell you what, I'll roll for it. I'll roll for the creativity. I'm on the 0 creativity. All right.
Okay. Cormor, give me a roll. I want to see something above a 13.
Oh, it's great. It's a 19.
Hey.
Fantastic. So instantly your ship is cutting directly into position. Feeble Steve, you know that it's gonna take a little bit of luck to claim this man from the briny deep, and you are personally motivated to save him, perhaps seeing something in this drowning man of yourself, which isn't something you particularly like, but it's there. Why don't you give me a roll for luck?
Okay, all right. That's an 11.
That's an 11. I'd say that just about passes. So you do manage to repair a rope such that the right person can cast it over the side of the ship and save him. Unless there's a different way you'd like to retrieve this man such that he can't raise the alarm.
Ooh. No, I'm happy to find the right sort of person who can throw a rope. Can I get a hand with this, please?
We've got Stinky Sue and Triple B who have not done anything yet.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Unless, do you think you're up for the?
I've thrown full-grown men out of my pub / tavern.
Yeah,
so I
go
think I
on.
can throw a rope.
Do it.
All right, I want to see something. If it goes, let's say if it goes below a 13, he has enough cognizance that he might start raising the alarm, and you're gonna have to find a way to deal with that. If it goes above a 13, however, he just gets snatched right up. Doesn't even have his wits about him until he's on your ship properly.
Ooh. Balls. 10.
10 shades.
10.
Oh.
What is your bonus on that?
And
Oh, you put nothing into strength, so that's a -2. So that's an 8. I'm gonna say you managed to get it around him, but as you drag him, it's like, I seem to be safe. Wait, why is there a second? There's a second ship. There's a second ship. No one's quite hearing him yet, but he is starting to scream.
He's coming too.
And on the decks above, you can hear 2 pairs of feet. One, which starts moving faster than the other, which is steady. drum onwards.
I've just realized this plan might not work because I'm pretty sure the guy in the crow's nest saw what we did. So maybe we should just let him loose.
Well, he's done the damage now. Why, what's killing him gonna get us?
Yeah,
Except
we're
a
halfway
sleepless night.
We're halfway there.
Can I yank the rope then?
Yank
Yeah.
the rope like
All right, like help, like try lift him up.
you can do that. So if this goes well, what would you like to happen to him?
Ideally, the perfect scenario would be for us to pull him up, and as we're lifting him up, he bangs his head on the ship and goes unconscious, and then we have him on the ship and he's quiet.
Now, if that goes wrong, what do you think might occur?
Either he dies, he bangs his head and he dies, or he doesn't, or he yells out more. Yeah.
Let's say if you do manage to, this is gonna be precisely applied strength. So I'm gonna need agility from you, which is something you aren't bad at per se. If it gets below a 5, I'm gonna make something very bad happen. If it gets below a 15, something interesting is going to happen. If it gets above a 15, man, that's just a perfect that's just a movie perfect. Bangs his head, but has no concussion. Work perfectly fine. Our heroes are morally in the right and can brush off their hands having done a good day's work.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you what I rolled. I rolled
Tell me.
exactly a 5.
Oh, right.
Well, I rolled a 3 plus 2, so I got
Ain't
exactly.
that fantastic?
You yank him up, and 2 things happen. The first is you do hear a bang, like a, and he flops onto the deck. The second thing is that he is now, that you notice that the rope has changed position, so that it's now around his neck.
Oh,
He is starting
boy.
to get blue, and also he is bleeding from the head.
Oi. Well, we all have daggers. I'm gonna just cut the rope around his neck.
Watch out, a voice says to Moore specifically.
I don't think we want to be doing that. No,
More
we can't
if-
get him.
If you look up, you see a small pair of eyes looking over the ship at you. No one else notices this except for you.
Who the fuck is that?
You've got a very injured man on the deck, and you've got a quietly muttered exclamation from Cormor. What do y'all pay attention to in this moment?
I'm trying
Well,
quite hard not to faint.
Yeah.
But I would like to help the man if I can. But again, that's a big if for Feeble Steve.
Feeble Steve, what is your idea for how to help this man?
Kind of torn between pressing something to his head to stop the bleeding and just trying to like ease the rope out from under his chin, so he can breathe again.
You did. You were the one who made the knot, right, on this rope.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did make quite a good knot, so easing it out is going to be a little bit difficult.
Okay. Maybe we should just try and cut through it. I think we need to be careful, but I feel like
Cormor said not to the one. Cormor seems to have a weird sixth sense.
Yeah, I think we got more pressing matters than this guy who's choking to death.
oh gosh,
Jeez.
this is escalating quickly.
Yeah. We seem to have some sort of trespasser on the ship.
Can we look and see if we can see what he's talking about?
I want all of you to roll for observation real quick. See how good your night senses are.
Oh, 5.
I got 14.
Is that including any bonuses?
That's
Yeah.
including bonus for me.
And Mel.
I have got 11, but I don't have any observations, so that's -2 on that, isn't it?
Oh
So-
yeah, I've got no observations either, so that's an 8 for me.
So, Cormor, because you spotted it first, you do know that it was a small face looking over the side of the ship. Kind of dirty. You can't catch many more things. But Stinky Sue, you do manage to identify what type of person is looking over. It is a cabin boy, in ill-fitting clothes, and rather than run and tell the crew, he does seem to be looking directly at you, and also at the lookout, who is now starting to gurgle and shudder on your own ship. You are directly underneath the ship for what it is worth now, so any of you could also attempt to climb up towards him. You're in speaking distance as well as reaching distance for the ship as a whole, I should say.
Right.
Meanwhile, you do hear a door open and close elsewhere on the ship.
Okay. Well, I'd like to, I think, shout at the boy. I don't think Stinky Sue has much self-control. And there's a lot of chaos going on right now, and there's just a dirty boy looking at her. Oi, you! Come here.
Me?
Yes, you.
I'm on the ship.
Yes. Climb down.
I don't think that'd be a very good idea.
Do you want to help us help this man that we just found in the water completely by accident? Or not?
Seems to be tied up with some quite good knots.
That's right. And it needs some little nimble fingers to undo those knots to set him free.
You save a man's life. It'll be...
Oh, that's Sean. He's nice to me.
Oh, fucking hell, it's Sean, isn't it?
Come on, I'll catch you. Jump.
Oh. In that moment, because you have now placed the responsibility for a dying man's life on a child, the child leaps off of the boat directly into into Stinky Sue's arms. I'd like you to roll for strength, please.
Oh
no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Well, I have a +4, so that's a 7.
That is... Wait, a +4?
Yeah.
In strength, that would mean that you have 3...
No, yeah, I have 3 + 4. Yeah, so that's a 7.
Oh, then do you have one too many points then? Because that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 you have total.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless...
Oh, wait, no, I have 2, 4, 6. 1 in focus, 1 observation, 1 persuasion, 1 agility, 2 strength.
2 strength, that would mean you have a +2 in strength.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Each circle is...
That's my bad. I did know that. I just forgot it momentarily. Yes, I rolled a 5 then.
You rolled a 5.
Yep.
Okay. Whew.
Sorry.
I'm in a difficult position right now.
I shall fetch a
Describing
splint.
what happens to this child. He leaps into your arms, so I'm going to give you one of 2 choices. A consequence for you, or a consequence for the child.
I will take the consequence.
Hmm?
I'm gonna take the consequence.
Oh.
Are you sure you want to take this consequence?
Yes, I'd rather that than... Yes.
Stinky Sue.
All right.
Very
Use your
pirate,
other
you.
eye.
Look, I've got...
We don't even know this kid.
Peter the parrot. I think it's. Yeah, let's just go with this. Yeah, we'll go with it.
All right, so the child lands on you with a thud that sends you back into the deck, and your back directly knocks against a sharp piece of the deck. I'm gonna need you to take a permanent 8 off of your health.
All right, that's okay. I've got 34. I'm actually pretty bulky. I'm good.
It would have half killed me.
You managed to have caught this child safely in your strong, quite welcoming arms, and you set him down on his way. What do you tell him?
Go!
as
Save
you
the
are
man!
winded.
Stop dilly-dallying! I'm fine.
He runs over and he starts unraveling with his nimble child fingers, which we've
That's
established are a superpower, the rope around the man's neck, and Sean begins to breathe. You've managed to do it. In the meantime, there's still the head injury to worry about.
Yeah. I shall take one of my handkerchiefs that I have on hand for nosebleeds and press it to the man's head to try and stop the bleeding.
Look at that.
That's gonna be another creativity roll.
Okay.
I need to see how this manages to go.
Oh, that's 18 plus 2 is a dirty 20.
Ooh,
Hey,
Dirty 20. You managed to pulling apart your handkerchief, managing to, despite that being some tough fabric, you managed to create a bit of a pressure slash bandage for the back of the man's head from very little resources, and he begins to breathe calmly. His eyes flutter open, but he's not really seeing anything. In the meantime, you hear a door on deck open and close again, and 2 pairs of heavy boots start to stride towards the back of the ship.
I'm discreetly sick over the side.
I'd like to shout up. Oi! Is there anyone on the ship? Hello!
You hear nothing, but the boots do continue to approach the back of the ship. They're nearly here.
I stand behind the little kid as a shield.
You just got stabbed in the back for this child.
Yes, exactly!
All right.
So that I could use him as a meat shield.
Ah.
Miss, is there a reason you're standing behind me?
Oh, no reason at all. No, you're fine there. You just hang out, alright? You're fine.
Sounds like they have very fine boots. They must have great arch support. I'd like a pair like that.
People
Hello?
think I got flat feet.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm not having anybody trespassing on our ship, so I'm gonna go check it out.
Are you gonna climb up?
Damn straight I am.
All right, tell me how you do it.
Well, what I do is I get my 2 hands that I have, and I start using them to climb. So, left hand, then the right, and then I use my feet as well to get involved, to shimmy myself up.
Oh, okay. There you
right.
go.
Yeah. My bad.
A stellar display of agility. Give me an agility roll to see how
Oh,
well
thank
this
you very
does.
much. All right, here we go.
I think Cormore manages to get there. It's just a question of how well.
There we go. Oh, it's a 15. With the 0 bonus, it's a 15.
Nice.
You climb up, not in time to intercept the boots, but in time to arrive at the same time that they arrive at the back of the ship. They haven't seen the ship below, but they have seen you, just as you pop your 2 heads above.
You can see the
railing.
horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can see
And what you see there is the same sight that Stinky Sue saw beforehand. One man, muscled, lean, cruel claws across his face, in very sparse regalia. He doesn't need much more. And then standing next to him, something you could describe as a veritable mountain of a man. Just a slab of meat, and he's carrying a cannonball underneath one arm. And the man with the claws across his face says, "Well, what's all this then?"
Well, as you can tell, it's night time, and so all they can see is some horns coming out. Devil horns coming out from underneath the ocean. If anything, they're fucking scared of me.
They hear this spiel. They say, "You're the devil then."
That's right. I'm the devil, and I've come for your Christmassy loot. Now put the cannonball down and get me my treasure.
The man gives a grim smile, looks at the mountain next to him, and says, "You heard him. Put down the cannonball, Charlie." And this mountain of a man winds up with this cannonball and chucks it directly at you.
Well, I'm an extremely lucky fella. +4. And it's only my head that's sticking up from the top. So,
I'd say it's your torso at this point.
Okay.
But give me
It's still a +4 luck.
give me a luck roll.
Let's go
Give
for
me
the
a
luck.
luck.
then. Let's do it. Oh, would you look at that? It's a 4. +4 is an 8. Fantastic number, that.
Very lucky in some countries, number 8.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
At this point, below the back of the ship, you have Sean has woken up and he's begun to speak to all of you. So, and it seems that Mel has impressed upon him the importance of discretion. He's like, so if I understand this correctly, if I just don't say anything now or later, I get to live, and little John here gets to live. Correct?
Perfect. Yes, you've understood that wonderfully. Nothing now, nothing later, nothing happens.
Do I get to be a pirate?
Of course. I mean, isn't everyone a pirate deep down? Think about it. Haven't you been taking stuff from people all your life?
Well, the Queen said we could do it.
Exactly. By
Oh,
royal
well then.
decree.
Royal decree? What's the version of royal decree for pirates?
Bit shake.
He hawks a giant loogie directly in his hands and he sticks it out towards Feeble Steve. This is what's going to seal the deal.
I don't know what comes out, but
Give me a strength roll to see what comes out.
Oh, Jesus.
that's a 19. -2 is 17.
That's just phlegm. No blood, no bile,
Oh, thank goodness.
nothing concerning.
Whew.
You shake,
Gross.
and he says, "Well, I assume I can take this little dinghy on the side."
Take it
What's your
where?
first command?
Come on, John. Him and John hop into the boat and begin to row away.
We've been robbed.
What a fucking boat.
I told you we shouldn't have saved that guy.
Meanwhile, at the same time, a crater lands directly in front of you. In the spot that Sean was just, there's a lot of blood happening in this specific spot in particular. And you hear the plop of a large metal object behind your own ship. Peeking over the side is, I'm going to say that Cormor, you didn't lose any health because of your luck. But you did get knocked off the side, and now there are two quite burly men looking over the side of the boat again at you. And one of them has a cunning look in his eye. He puts his hands together like this and says, "So my friend Charlie here, my voice has changed, but that's because I'm speaking to different audiences. My friend Charlie here just knocked the devil off of our ship. Does that make you all demons?"
Oh.
Damn, where's my meat shield gone?
No, we're no demons here. We don't know the devil.
Only in the
That bloke down
Charlie?
here said he was the devil. He had the horns of it, don't you see? Meanwhile, the man mountain disappeared for briefly, comes back with two cannonballs underneath his
God's
arms.
sake. Right. Can I see if I can very stealthily, seeing as it's dark, shimmy over and try and climb onto their ship, but like not where they're standing. Is there like another place I could climb to potentially?
It would take some time, but you could swim to the outrigging and climb up that way and get behind them.
Yeah, go on, I'll try it.
All right. We're going to say that you are now swimming to get a position behind them. No roll for it. This is just happening.
Okay.
In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing? Cormor, how do you feel having had a cannonball hurled at you with the force of a cannon, but it's just a dude's arms?
Well, the first thing I do is I start laughing at him. You're saying you're the strongest man on this ship, and all you've managed to do is push me into the water as if I'm going for a little swim. Well, Sonny Jim, I am a demon, a devil, and let me tell you this, if I make my way onto that ship, you are gonna be shitting yourself, Sonny Jim.
The Man Mountain's face drops for a moment, and he looks over at the scarred man. It's like, you aren't fucking buying any of this, are you? You stop talking to him. He calls down to you.
That's right, Charlie. Remember who's the number one? You're just nothing but a lackey, mate. Yeah? Do whatever he says, because you ain't got the balls. You got the brawn, huh? But you're always gonna be number two, mate.
Charlie's face begins to distort.
Why don't you come down there in the ocean, Charlie? Like a good boy. Or why don't you just hold on to your cannonballs like Daddy told you to?
Charlie, you don't do a fucking thing.
That's right, Charlie. Don't do a fucking thing, mate. Listen to your daddy.
Here's the deal. You are going to give what you have on your ship to us. And I'm not going to have Charlie here send 2 cannonballs spiraling directly through your hull.
Well, look at that. Threats, and you didn't even get my name. Do you know what they call me? They call me Cormor the Great. And the
I thought they called you the devil.
Oh, well, that's a nickname. Picked it up.
Charlie seems somewhat distraught and not as single-minded in his focus as he used to be.
Charlie, you could mutiny, I suppose. Take the ship for yourself, and then we all get something we want today, don't we?
Scarred Man looks at Charlie and says, "You really think you can run a ship?" And Charlie's face begins to settle into a mask of obedience again. In the meantime, one of our crew has managed to get onto the ship again, and you hear the first signs of revelry below deck.
Okay, well, I would like to... Sorry.
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, you couldn't hear me? Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Not for a second.
Very weird. Okay, sorry. I would like to sneak up behind the 2 of them. And then when I'm at squirting distance...
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'd like to say, "Oi! Captain!"
He turns around and says, "I'm no captain, just a savvy businessman."
And I'd like to go, "Aye aye! Squirt!"
Cross out your event and effect. You've done your squirt for the day. And what happens is, what was the last time you would say you expressed your eye?
It's probably been, I don't know, about a week, I reckon. I don't think I use it too often. The old squirt action.
then there's been some salt collecting under there, sweat. It's taken some time to get up to this ship. And as it splashes full on across his face, some gets in his mouth. It's like, oh. And it's strange. You see pieces of his face soften, and as he pulls at it, those pieces pull away with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just had his face corroded.
Ooh.
And as he holds to his burning eyes, the remnants of his the little flesh strings of his face, he lets out a very unbusinessman-like scream, tumbles end over end, banging his head against the pirate ship in the midway, and plops into the water, never to be seen again. And then Charlie drops both of his cannonballs. They thud into the ship. And he starts to look to both you below and you on the ship. In anger, in confusion. Charlie's having a rough time of it, and he might just make it your problem next.
Well, I'm gonna say, look, Charlie, I'm not here to hurt you, but that guy was not looking out for your best interests. Like my mate was saying, he was controlling you, and we're your family. We're your family. We're here to support you and not use you for your brawn. We're here because we like you as a person, Charlie. Come with us.
Who wants to manipulate me? No one knows what's good for Charlie. My name isn't even Charlie. You don't even get that.
Charlie, calm down, mate. Calm down. Calm down, Charlie. Tell you what we're gonna do.
Grips himself and launches himself over the side.
We're not gonna do that.
Plunging through your ship. And you've now just got a giant gaping hole in it.
Well, I mean, we just take this galleon, right? That's kind of my thinking. Upgrade.
3 of you need to get off of a ship very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to try and climb onto the ship then.
Can I let down some kind of rope ladder for them to help them?
You've got rope?
I'll let down some rope, and I'll tie it around one of those stumps somewhere. I don't know, whatever you tie it on. I'll tie it around the mast. There we go.
The mast is very far away from the back of the ship.
Tie it around the stump on this side then.
There's a stump somewhere.
Yeah.
And so you do. You're all now on a ship, and you see the ship that you left, along with whatever valuables were in the hull, sink below the sea's surface. Well, you're starting at square zero. It's this galleon or nothing.
Should we check out... Sorry?
I was going to say I'll try and get up the rope and over then.
No, all of you have climbed up the rope.
We're all aboard, sorry.
Although you can choose, do you want to pull something from the ship? Do you want to try to take the risk of trying to pull something from the ship as you're leaving it?
I mean, I do like my neck pillow, but no, I'm okay. I'll make a new one.
What about you, Triple B?
I would like to go for it.
All right. What do you try to pull from the ship? You've got some valuables in there. Of a range of sizes.
That could be anything. You don't know what sort of business I was in. I would like to try and save my dear papa's pistols, which I used to protect both my chastity, badly, and the tavern I used to run back in the day.
Then give me an agility roll. You know exactly where it is, so it isn't going to take too much creativity or like luck to find it, but it's going to take something to get those pistols.
My dice went. I got a 16.
All right. I'd say that's enough to get your your papa's pistols, and since you didn't choose to try to take anything else, you didn't push any further, you clamber up the sides, and you now have in your inventory a pair of pistols fully loaded.
Nice.
So, it's now this ship or anything. And more, you hear a voice whisper to you, there's a change coming.
Right. I think the first band of duty is we find out who else is on this ship.
I'd say it's a fully loaded complement of people. So you're looking at maybe 200 sailors.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Well, let's call ourselves a little meeting then, shall we? Let's get Peter. Squawk it out, mate. Let everybody know there's a meeting on the top deck.
Can I ring the bell? Ding, 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 ding. The bell that you ring. You know the bell.
Two of you ring a bell on board ship, alerting the entirety of the crew below decks that there's people partying. And the first people to emerge from this is, I assume on the back of the ship is also, like, based on how I've seen a ship. I think that's also where you have the captain's quarters. So coming out of the captain's quarters immediately, in his breeches, we're going to call him Captain Depression. Holding a bottle, eyes very red, along with, a couple of other ship's officers, is the captain. He says, "Oi! No, who are you, and why are you on our ship?" He's very disheveled, but he is also holding a gun very aggressively, and it seems that the officers directly behind him, maybe he was trying to play Russian roulette, but with like a single pistol. I don't know what's exactly happening here, but they're grateful it's pointed at someone else for a change.
I would like to bow whilst holding a dagger and be like, "Hello, I'm the new captain."
No, I don't think that's true at all. Marching up.
To me.
Right.
Okay.
Triple B, do you have any thoughts on this matter?
Other than that, Stinky Sue needs to shut her mouth. Giving it all the lemon.
Yeah, Sue doesn't know when to shut her mouth. She's fearless. Or stupid.
As the captain seems like inebriated and is also obviously drinking some very inferior alcohol, would this not be a good time for me to try and bring out the super rum?
Oh,
Good.
The super rum! I've got to do it with the arm. I would like to proffer the super rum with some of my lovely persuasion.
All right. How do you attempt to persuade this captain who is drinking very aggressively? He just smashes down his own rum, says, "You pirates, aren't you? You're trying... Four of you are trying to take this entire fucking ship? Well, I'll tell you this!" His officers duck as he swings it backwards. "It's not going to happen."
Maybe we could just have part of the ship?
Well, I'm sorry, Captain. We've already taken over the fucking ship. You see,
He looks at Feeble Steve and says, "That might have been the most stupid thing I've ever heard a person say."
Well, probably.
And I'm around sailors 11 months out of the year. And the other half of that 1 month I get isn't with my family. Filling out fucking paperwork.
Up at the top.
So Triple B, how do you persuade this man in a very clearly emotional state?
So Stinky Sue's pissed him off.
Mm-hmm.
Feeble Steve is basically triggered his "I'm better than all of you" mode. So
I work so much and I'm so tired and I'm so done.
Oh, I'm going to. In my persuasion, I like to think that something that happens a lot is ego stroking. I would like to only the ego. I'm only going to stroke the ego. I would
Thank
like
God.
to softly approach him and say, now I know you've worked so hard, and does anybody appreciate the fact you look out for this entire crew, that you break your back to make sure that you make all this money and share the minimum of the wealth with the 200 people below you who would otherwise be homeless? They don't, do they? Do you know what you should have? Super rum.
What does this have to do with you stealing my ship?
Nothing. Apart from the fact it'd be a terribly bit more civilized if we could parlay over a drink.
What is there to parlay over, pirate wench?
Whether or not we die.
What's the ship's cat's name?
Oh.
You tell me.
What's your name? I don't know. It doesn't seem to like me. Carry on.
Super cat.
Super cat.
Super
Cat.
Cat, can we throw Super Cat at the captain?
Can the
can.
cat be called Moonshine?
Yes.
Throw moonshine at the captain. Give me a. How do you want this to go down?
We're very big on defacing people, aren't we? Either eyes or yeah. I mean,
I guess.
scratchy kitty eyes.
Then who's throwing this cat? Is it Feeble Steve?
Oh gosh.
When his attention is temporarily turned towards Triple B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it that way. Yeah.
Distraction.
Why not?
Give me a strength check. You're going to attempt to hurl it.
That is an 11 minus 2 is 9.
You toss it, and it bounces against his chest, and he goes,
How about
"Oh,
you?
you jokers. You think I won't shoot someone. You think I won't shoot myself!" He starts he closes his eyes and he starts spinning. And he cocks the gun's hammer back.
Suze is gonna watch. I think Sue's very entertained by this. She thinks this is great.
Sue likes to start and watch fires, not really participate in keeping them burning.
I mean, at the moment, this is going terribly well for her. Because, I mean, she does want to be the captain of this ship. So, I mean, if he outs himself, if he gets rid of himself, then that's one less problem for her to have to solve.
Both
Also,
Feeble
he's
Steve,
being very entertaining whilst he's doing it. So, there's that.
both Feeble Steve and Triple B in particular can feel something new in the air. You smell the smell of peppermint.
Wait, I smell this too.
How do you deal? Yeah, sorry, Feeble Steve and Triple B specifically.
Oh, sorry.
How are you all going to deal with this spinning? I could shoot anybody, including me, right now, Captain.
Well, I realised I haven't had any lemon juice today, so I was going to pop to the ship's doctor and see if he had any anti-scorbutics. But maybe this isn't the best time. I'll wait and see if I get shot first. Sorry. Are there any sort of convenient stacks of cannonballs, or perhaps there's a bag of musket balls I could throw at his feet to make him fall down? He'd probably shoot, but maybe he'd be less accurate.
Nearby, there's a bucket and a mop, just accoutrement. You're at the ship's tiller at this point.
Okay. Well, flinging something worked quite well last time.
And for those who are watching, I don't know ship anatomy. That isn't the point right now.
So someone's been swabbing, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take
Swab happens.
Yeah, I'll take. I'll take a bucket of soapy water and try and trip up the captain.
At that moment, as you go off to get that bucket of water, it's going to take a tiny bit of time. More, you hear, he's coming.
Who the fuck is coming?
I love how confused Moore is all the time.
Who's that?
I'll tell you what, I fucking wish Cole would speak in proper paragraphs rather than vague sentences. How do you know me for, Cole? You fucking... Alright.
So, I would like everyone to roll an observation check outside of Feeble Steve. Feeble Steve has chosen his course of action.
Observation. I have 13.
I've got a 9.
Oh, Christ. I've got a 6, so with my nothing of observation, I've got a 4. I'm terrible at observation.
Stinky Sue, you don't know exactly what you hear, but it's vaguely rhythmic, and it is in the air. It's above you. Meanwhile, Feeble Steve.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll an agility for me on how you throw this at the... Actually, let's go with luck.
Okay. That is a 6.
Ooh.
I
You throw...
dislocate both my arms.
You dislocate both your arms. I'd like you to take 2 health. So that's 14 health you've got now.
Thanks.
I believe in player choice. So you hear a wet pop, which means that the water just splashes at his feet as he stops. And he says, "Fuck it!" Points the pistol in the air, shoots. And at that moment, you all hear the sound of sleigh bells. And an abrupt judder overhead. As, and the sleigh bells take on a sickening turn. If you all were to look up at that moment right now, you would see a sleigh pulled by 12 reindeer, like a dying World War I biplane, careening in a spiral out of the sky. And the captain says, "Oh, Christmas." Just as 12 pairs of reindeer feet run directly over his body, trampling him into a bloody mess of red.
Go reindeer.
There's a bunch of crackling and wood splintering everywhere. I'd like you all to roll an agility roll to see if you get out of the way. And meanwhile, overturning directly in front of your party, wherever you end up landing, on its side is this sleigh. With a man in a red coat and red pants and a little tasseled hat, with a bullet directly through the bottom of his chin, brains all out the sides.
Oh, fuck you.
The two of you with Christmas spirit, Feeble Steve and Triple B, know this man as Santa Claus.
Oh, hell.
Stupid bastard killed Santa.
I tried to stop him. By the way, I rolled a 1, so with my -2, that's -1.
Oh, God.
Get out of the way.
I have an 11, which makes me a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 7.
I've got a 10.
Okay. I think you all... I'm going to say all of you
Peter?
take... Oh, you made me forget that Peter existed. And now you reminded me that Peter existed.
At a terrible moment.
Peter!
Would you like... At that... underneath the sleigh itself, you see this puff of red and yellow and green. You take no damage. Everybody else does. You're all gonna take 5 damage.
Oof.
People
Peter
Steve
dead.
is
Back in the single digits.
running low.
Mm-hmm.
You say that again.
And at that moment, apparating into existence next to the sleigh is a wizened, tiny old man. It says, "Ah, fucking hell, it's happened again. Well, who did this?"
Oh, oof.
Can anyone tell me who did this?
It was Charlie.
I point
Charlie,
at
you
the
see.
yeah, point at the red mess under. That's like just where the captain was. Essentially.
Ah, it was Captain Depression. That's what we call him over at the North Pole. You probably guessed. This is Santa Claus. You killed fucking Santa Claus. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, we've done most of our deliveries. The world population is much smaller than it is, so that can happen pretty quickly. There's no digital devices, which I'm very thankful about. It would be a mess if we were trying to preserve the magic of Christmas in a world where everything could be instantly recorded and shared. Wouldn't that be weird?
Oh.
What's he talking about?
This guy's great.
Never mind. Anyway, fuck. Okay, so all of you have collectively, because this man is dead, killed Santa. You've killed Santa Claus. There are boys and girls and men and women and people all across the gender spectrum, because we at the North Pole have caught up way faster than the rest of the world, unfortunately, does. They would deserve presents, and they aren't going to get presents because they killed Santa. So all of you, you're Santa now. It's your fucking problem. You're going to have to figure out how to steal these reindeer. You have to figure out how to go places. And also, at that moment, bursting in finally on the top deck is a lot of English soldiers, sailors specifically, pouring through, some of them with guns. You're going to have to deal with that, because you know what? I'll make this entire ship Santa. I don't fucking care. Save Christmas. You. And then he apparates out of existence.
Oh, shit.
It's always the pixies.
Hey,
Meanwhile,
that person's been my favourite so far. It has big, this is your problem, I'm out of here energy.
Meanwhile, the body in the suit just turns into a sludge. There's now a sludgy Santa suit on the deck, as well as a bunch of men looking at the reindeer who have destroyed the tiller. There's no one steering this ship at this point. The sails have unfurled. No one is steering this ship. That's the important bit.
I'm already putting on that Santa suit. I don't know who Santa is, but I'm putting it on.
I'd like you to roll for Christmas spirit.
Okie dokes. That's 18.
Much delayed, Moore hears a voice that says,
I didn't even fucking hear that. Say that again, Cor.
I think you cut out.
"He's here," says Core louder.
I can fucking see him. He's fucking under the sleigh, mate.
Having rolled high in Christmas spirit, despite your natural lack of Christmas spirit, you're imbued with Christmassy energy, and you sprout an entire beard.
Oh.
Damn. I also have a fake beard. If I'd known. If only I'd known.
You now got a full-on beard, and your frame fills out the suit. The suit pulls in a little bit. You pull out a little bit. It's a two-way street here.
Mm-hmm.
You are now the Santa Claus.
All right, losers, let's go.
Okay. So anyway, you're Santa Claus. What do you do now?
I say, all right, losers, let's go. And I sit and I wait for them all to get into the sleigh.
You have to overturn the sleigh first.
Oh, all right. Okay, hold on. instead then, I will stand up on the sleigh at all the English pirate soldiers, whatever they are, coming up stairs. And I'm gonna go, I'm gonna say, yeah ha ha! I'm Santa! Help me to flip this sleigh around! Or there'll be no presents for you.
Someone in the crowd says, "No present!" And quickly gets clobbered. I'd like you to roll for persuasion.
Okay. That is 15.
Not enough. The crew is not convinced, and they begin to, someone retains the presence of mind to say, "Wave one!" And there's a bunch of people begin to crouch with their muskets.
Whoa!
Right.
Are you...
I've got something. Listen up. Now, you see this? This is Santa Claus over here with the one eye. Right? Now.
A little bit is leaking beneath your eye patch.
It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year.
Santa has a very important mission that he needs to achieve, or they need to achieve. Right? Now, I'm pretty certain a lot of you guys are out here got kids at home expecting parents and expecting to see their parents come back home safely. Now, you can either help out Santa, get the kids their presents, and everyone be happy, Larry, or you can shoot Santa and ruin Christmas for your kids.
That's a well-rendered speech. More, you do hear the word incoming from Core.
Then I say, get the fuck down.
Does anyone manage to hear? I feel like Santa Claus is occupied. Does anyone else manage to hear Core and get down?
Get the fuck down! Who heard that?
I mean, I'm on 9 hit points, so I kind of assumed I was already on the floor. It's just getting up that's the hard part.
How about you, Triple B?
I feel like it's not the most quietest cowman in the world. Therefore, I would have heard. But also, I'm not very observant. So, I mean, it's a bit 50-50.
The speech is enough to give people pause, and they do kind of wonder why you then got down very quickly after that, but they aren't shooting at Santa immediately, so you do have a window of time.
Okay. In that case, I hear them and we hit the deck, which I'd like to think confuses everybody else, because they're just like, what are they doing? We've not done anything yet.
You hear a in the distance.
What was that?
What was
Someone from the crowd who's in wave 1 stands up and says, "You know what? The cowman is right. I don't wish to disappoint my children. I don't wish to disappoint my nation. We're going to save Christmas. And I'm going to see my daughter Olivia, age 9, my son Alex, age 4, and my wife, my darling, lovely wife. She brings me joy. She brings me happiness. This is the year we save." A cannonball sweeps across the front line, bisecting the man.
No.
And in the distance, the person who you heard the rumor from, a much gnarlier band of pirates, you see a ship waving the black flag, and they're now firing all guns onto the ship. My suggestion would be, you need to turn that fucking sleigh on its side and get out of here.
Come on, help me turn the sleigh around. I'll save all of you. I'm Santa.
No one hears you over the cannon fire. People start going into battle positions. They're shooting off their cannons at the other ship. They're seeing that the tiller is shot. They're trying to do the rigging. No, they have no presence of mind to listen to Santa right now.
Can we just try all 4 of us to just do it together?
You can.
Okay.
Let's
I
go.
was expecting you to do that several turns ago.
We were too
Okay.
busy making speeches and dressing up as Santa.
I'm doing like finger signals to get them all to be ready, and then I'm like 3, because I'm assuming they can't hear me. So I do it all with finger signals.
I want you all to roll strength. I'm gonna need a collective strength roll over, say, 35.
Oh boy.
Well, I've added
Ooh.
7 to the equation, so good luck, everyone.
I've added 12.
I got 19, but
I
I don't
got-
have any strength, so 17.
9.
What is all of that added together? I wasn't
So
paying attention
12,
to those numbers.
17 is 29 plus 9 is 38 plus. What did people Steve get? 7?
7.
7. Yeah, it's like 43.
Fantastic.
Hey.
You overturn it with Brawn Despair, which is surprising. I was expecting to have to come up with a contingency plan. With a mighty hoist, you hurl it on its side, and you see a small button that says help on the center console of the sleigh. You see a list with most of the names crossed out, as well as as a pair of words next to each one. It either says NA or NI. You see there's only 10 names left on the list. There's a sack of a big old sack of presents in the back of the sleigh, that's making a mild hum as you listen to it. The reindeers, it's like they've seen this before. One does puff out a piece of smoke slightly, and you notice that it has a cigarette in its mouth. It's done. It's
look
lived
at
through
you
too
guys.
much.
Pete 2.
Yes, it is, Pete, too. Yes.
I'm so
Well,
glad.
it's our first day on the job, and I don't know about you, I want to get past probation. So I say we hit that help button.
You slam your butt on the help button. Apparating into existence is a jolly old elf, but you can scratch out the jolly. He says, "What the? Oh, they're being shot at!" At that moment, he ducks a cannonball. What? You brought me? Have you not even gotten in the sleigh? What?
Help us get out of here!
You have a fucking sleigh and flies! What do you need my help for?
I do this with the reins. Not
Is
just-
everybody in the sleigh?
I hope so.
Oh,
They
I'm
better
getting in
be.
now if I'm not.
Yeah, we're in.
You hear a voice say, "You must gather your party before venturing forth."
I'm kind of like inching my way over, like sticking my butt in the air and then sliding my face out like
Like
a
a
little
worm.
Yeah.
Get in the sleigh!
I'm trying.
In the sleigh. Ah!
I'm trying.
Have I been helpful? Have I assisted you with my customer service today? Have I done it?
No,
Not really.
stay with us.
Somewhat
I
agree.
can't leave until you say I've been helpful with your...
Can you help me into the sleigh, maybe?
Oh, you bastard. He jumps out of the sleigh, and you're going to have an assist on your roll. You're going to need agility to get into the sleigh.
Oh fuck! It's
Roll.
another one. That's a minus
You're
one.
fact.
You try. It should be so easy. It should be so easy. So he like picks up your butt and like puts you in, and you like flop over and go like, "Oh, I want to get in the sleigh. Oh, I wish I was in the sleigh right now." It's like, I wish you were in the sleigh right now. That's where you two are right now. Every time you whip down the reins, it says, "You must gather your party before venturing forth." And it's playing over each other, so it's just a hellish cacophony of noise.
Right.
You must gather your party. 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 That's everyone can hear it.
Who's in the sleigh at the moment? Just me.
You and Triple B are both on the sleigh.
I've got in.
I'm literally stepping on.
Stepping onto the sleigh now, surreptitiously sitting down.
Okay. Can we
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my rope and try and lasso Feeble Steve?
Yes.
You left your rope tied at the stump.
Can I use somebody else's? We all have rope, right? Somebody's got to do this. Who's good at lassoing?
I've got a backwards way of saving people, Steve.
Let's do it.
What is the way?
But it depends. Do we as a larger group know the power of the smelling salts to bring Steve back to us?
You know that he needs it for his agonies.
Okay, right. In that case,
Oh,
He certainly does seem
I'm-
agonized right now.
I'm going cold-hearted and saying, look, we're all in the sleigh. If we can't take off unless the entire party's here, Steve's practically dead already. I can shoot him. Then we can take off.
Triple B makes a fantastic point.
The elf looks back and he says, "You saved a man. You all were marked nice."
Well,
It's a flaw in the
alright.
system. Maybe no one's good. And then he disappears.
I crump onto the deck.
So, shoot him. Use your pistols.
Oh, hold on. Because I've got to use both. Because pistols.
Feeble Steve has reached 0 health. Feeble Steve is, Feeble Steve, what do you see on the other side? Quite a large existential question.
It is, yeah.
Meanwhile, you do pull his body into a sleigh, and the sleigh takes off, just as cannonballs strike where your sleigh would have been, miraculously. It's almost like the kindly GM didn't give you more consequences for your inability to get into a simple conveyance to the next seat.
On the other side is a breakfast table where I'm like, oh, breakfast, brilliant. And I reach for a glass of orange juice and it just goes and slides away. Like Tantalus, but I'm allowed to move around the room.
How long do you think before... Does anyone attempt to revive you with the smelling salts?
Genuinely, out of character. There's no pressure.
Oh, I'm busy.
We all know
I'm
what I rolled up.
Santa. Oh, yeah.
Fuck that guy!
How many years before you're next resurrected? Because I'll make sure you're resurrected before the end of the session. How many years do you think you spend in this zone, constantly reaching for a glass of orange juice, moving around the table, trying to grab it, like a comedy sketch? How long does this go on?
16, and I manage one sip.
Oh.
Wow.
That will play havoc with your mind.
What year of the 16 years in this other side do you like? What year did you manage to get that sip?
2,
Was
so
it
the
by
rest
the
of them
end?
have been quite humiliating. It's like I did this before.
Does it get to a point where you're like not sure if it really happened because it was so early on that you're like, did that happen?
Yeah, that's when I started getting weird with it. I spent 4 years just sitting on the floor, staring at the glass and not moving.
We've all been there.
Meanwhile, you are all in the sleigh. It is advancing through the sky, and it seems the reindeer know which way to go. Which I didn't mean
Dancing
to be
through the sky. Sorry.
I didn't mean that to be also a reference to Space Oddity, but it seems to work. The reindeer know which way to go, and they're pulling you towards a distant colony, also in the Indies. A very small conglomeration of states known as America.
Never heard of it.
None of you, all of you know it as like an unruly place that sometimes you hear other pirates come from. They're just real weird, and you think sometimes those people are probably going to get even weirder. The faster you go, the more time and space seems to distort around you until suddenly you're in the air above a settlement at the speed of thought. Not a portal, not a wormhole, but something more powerful. Christmas. Meanwhile, the corpse of Feeble Steve has been flopping around on the floor. You've been politely moving your feet in the way of it. And the smelling salts uncap and hit Steve's nostrils just as you realize what the reindeer are moving towards, an orphanage. Steve, you're back to life. And the reindeer land pattering on the roof.
All right, let's get cracking. I take one of the sacks, and is there a chimney?
There is a chimney. This is known as Madame Foster's home for unruly children, according to the iron wrought gate. The gate is locked from the outside. You've landed on the manor at the center of it. It's kind of a palatial mansion in what we would know as colonial, say, South Carolina, in the state of the American colonies at that time. You've landed on the roof. There is a chimney. This is started by a wealthy older woman. You suddenly just get like a data download in your brains as if exposition is a canonical piece of this world, and Santa uses it to know whether kids are naughty or nice. You know that there is one nice child in this orphanage, and a lot of unruly ones, which have not received coal. The secret of coal back then, of course, being it's useful, but it's not as nice as a present, because even naughty people deserve a break sometimes. Mm-hmm. So, also, did you notice one of your party just came back to life after being shot in the fucking head?
Oh yeah, I give him like a little nod, like, how are you? Welcome back. But like, don't say much. What?
Nothing.
What? Wait, what? What did you say?
I didn't. Hi, hello.
I give him the side eye, singular. And I'm gonna just jump into the chimney. I'm just gonna slide like really rock and roll right on down with my sack.
You jump with the sack?
Yeah.
As you leap down, again, space seems to distort around you to enable Christmas to happen. And you manage to get about halfway before you are stopped abruptly.
Hello? Hello?
Where is everyone else right now?
I don't know.
I'm feeding the reindeer. They've had a really tough day.
They really appreciate it. They nuzzle your hands with them, with their noses. You feel a healing influence in their presence. We're gonna bring you back up to 33 health.
Oh.
Well, all of us are just there.
I'd also like
just her.
I'd also like to
Yeah,
bum a
another
ciggy off
trade-off.
Pete to the reindeer.
P2 does not let you bum a ciggy.
Oh man.
P2 is solidly at a couple packs a day.
Somebody in chat actually has suggested that his name is Blazin, which I thought was quite funny.
He's in the reindeer.
Yeah, forget Blitzen, blazing.
Blazin, the reindeer. Cormor, what are you doing right now?
Well, I've just had a little tinkle from Cora at the minute. He's just told me this is Miss Foster's home for misguided children, and that Triple B should get her pistols ready just in case.
Help!
That was Moore's invention. Core didn't say any of that shit, but cool, fine. Sometimes, wires get crossed.
That's what it
People
was.
Steve.
Got confused. I can't tell if it's my faults or his faults. It's all coming from the same place, you see. So
Easily happens. I
easily
reckon, yeah.
confusing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sometimes I think, I need to go to the toilet, but then that might not have been my fault. That could have been, his fault. Maybe he wanted to go to the toilet, but you know what I'm saying. So I just assumed it was my fault, but it wasn't my fault. It was his fault, but I thought it was my fault.
No one thinks that you were the one who took a pee on the front deck. We all know it was Core. Doesn't bear
Core.
further discussion. It was
Thank
Core's
you,
fault.
Thank you.
You weren't drunk. It was in the middle of the night.
I'm glad
It
you cleared that up.
It wasn't a matter of missed accuracy because like the ocean's right there. Core did it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Feeble Steve, where are you at?
I'm sort of playing catch up right now. Been dead for 16 years. But I'm just sort of getting out of the sleigh. I might. Can I go knock on the front door?
I mean, you'd have to climb down.
I can probably do that. See what this body can do.
You feel renewed, invigorated with energy. I'm imagining you clicking your heels and tumbling down the front of the building. Roll for luck for me, please.
Uh-huh. That is 12.
You take some bumps and dings along the way. You're down to 14.
Well, here we go
But
again.
you do manage to land in a slide at the front door. The comedy sequence has played out.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Santa, you've been hanging here suspended. You finally realize, once you moved around your sack to be like above you, what's happened. Someone has created basically a mesh spider web out of rope to catch you. And you feel jabbing at your feet.
Oi! Stop that!
We can't hear you.
I'm just saying it to whoever's stabbing at my feet.
What do you say? What do you
Your
say to
mic
the
cut
person
out.
stabbing at your feet?
Oh, you didn't hear me again. Right, sorry. I said, oi! Stop that!
Give me your fucking prezzies! Give
Can
it!
I...
Give it! Give
can
me
I-
give me the prezzies!
I can't give you the presents if I'm stuck in this fucking net, can I? You
You
shit.
can drop them! Gravity! Gravity exists! We've talked about this! This is a new invention, gravity! It sounds so cool!
You're an idiot! I'd like to get my dagger out and see if I can cut the rope underneath me.
Roll for luck.
19, baby!
You do not stab a child.
Oh, -2. 17.
Stab one child.
You stab... You manage to stab a child's fingers. He says, ah! Santa stabbed me! Santa's got a fucking knife! And you hear a
Yeah!
bunch of scurrying feet.
Yeah,
She's
run!
going well. Yeah, she's going fucking well.
Now, I need you to roll for agility.
Oh,
Actually, first up, observation. Then we won't need agility.
observation. That is 7.
You notice very, very late that the fire has been stoked back from underneath you, where previously it was pretty dormant, because these kids did just light the fire, because Santa has a knife.
That's fine.
I'm gonna need an agility to roll out of the way.
Is 16.
You managed to combat roll or claws bat roll, however you prefer it. That was bad.
I liked it.
Anyway, you roll with the sack. You've got a very large, heavy sack that's humming even louder now you have it next to your ear, and there's no sign of children.
Okay.
You're standing in a large main room, and there's a tree present, as well as stockings, a couple of very austere chairs. Everything is very straight-backed. Everything is 90-degree angles. Nothing is child-safe, because the children should learn to live in an adult world.
In hindsight, I feel like I should have pressed the help button to find out who the only good kid here is, but I have not. So I'll just have to figure it out. I just...
You do notice a help button on the side of the sack.
Oh, yeah, let's press that.
Before we get to that, Steve, you hear a bunch of scurrying feet inside. Do you still knock?
Yeah.
You knock twice. That was 5 times. Sorry, you knocked 5 times.
Sorry.
Nothing.
Oh.
And then twice more.
7 times.
Chip. It's chimney sweep. No, tell him it's Carol's. It's Carol's. Hello.
You said it was Carol there for a second.
Carol.
Carol.
It was Carol.
Carol.
It's me, Carol. Christmas Carol.
Can you give me a quick observation check?
Well, I'm sure. That is a 9.
Yes. So you do manage to. You hear a very, very, very small shuffling directly next to the door. Meanwhile, Triple B, you're at the top of the. You're at the top of the building next to a sleigh. Hey, are you still just chilling with the reindeer?
I think I'm more keeping watch now to make sure no one steals the reindeer / sleigh, because I'm guessing we're in a bit of a dodgy neighborhood. And
it's very, very rich, but you know the rich are dodgy. So yeah, it's a dodgy neighborhood in a sense.
well, there's a home for unruly children.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking
It's off
if there's
from the
people
world though.
rich-
It's like in the woods. It's by itself.
Oh, in that case, I'm guarding us from Yeti.
Yeah, valid. That was a big concern in the Golden Age of piracy.
Forests. We're inland. There's no water, so there's no mermaids. There's no krakens. I'm going Yetis.
All right, Cormor, what are you up there doing?
Well, at this precise moment, I was probably going to see if there was any contact details for Mrs. Foster on the list of children.
You do notice when you pick up the list, Mrs. Foster is on the list. She is listed as NA. And as you run your finger down the list of names, you notice that they do light up as you are doing so.
Oh, would you look at that?
And when it comes to an unmarked name, it lights up, like uncrossed through, it lights up brighter than all of the rest.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
I think I want to shout the name of the name that's glowing brightly to Santa, who's stuck in the chimney. Is that an option?
You can. You shout Mrs. Foster, and when this happens, everything around you seems to fade away.
Oh.
And fading back in a rush of sound and stimulus. You're in an old woman's room.
Oh dear.
You're holding the list still, and when your finger is on the name, you're in the room, and when you put your finger off, you're back in the sleigh. Finger on, in the room, finger off, back in the sleigh.
Get up. Oi! Oi! Did you see that? Oi! I don't know where I'm going, but when I transport there, there's this old lady's room. It's old and rustic. There's a couple candles out. All right. There's a lovely little rug in there. And then when I take it off, I'm back in the sleigh.
There's that last time you had your finger to it and were saying that. There's a very fucking terrified old woman.
There's an old woman in there.
And
Last
she,
time I went, there was an old woman in there, and yeah, I think Core must have scared her a bit when I transported there.
what she's seeing intermittently is a translucent entity appearing in her room, talking about her valuables. And
I was making noises as I was doing it.
I
think I'm scaring her.
Is Cormor a black man?
He's black, of course he is.
He's also a black man, so she is just terrified. This is her worst nightmare.
Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Back to Steve.
Oh, my cheeks.
You hear You hear these little steps approach the door. It seems you've got a chance to interact with an entity.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Listen, Santa's here. We need to give you some presents. But
Last man who said that burgled the home. Mrs. Foster said we were idiots. But we're prepared this year.
For what? To receive your presents?
To kill Santa and eat of his flesh.
Oh! Okay,
The burglars can't defeat us if we eat the burglars! We'll be the burglars!
Yeah.
Would you like to come inside?
Yes?
Are you Santa?
No?
Are you one of his elves?
That depends. What's
On what?
the policy on eating elves?
Do you have power?
Historically, no.
It's history.
But I'm just gonna sort of pull out my dagger and be like, "Am I really gonna?" I tell you what, why don't you just open up and we'll see what happens?
You hear whispering behind the door. That sounds like a lovely idea, actually.
Okay.
Door's unlocked. Why don't you just come on in?
Okay. Can I wrap my rope around my other hand so I've got something to block with if they've got a blade?
I mean, you did use your rope earlier to save a man.
I did. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, stop that then. I'll just dagger in my right hand. I'm just gonna push the door open and sort of get
It's a full door.
Oh shit. Oh Christ, that's gonna take both hands for me. All right. Dagger in the teeth. It's gonna have to like.
What's the hell, Mr.
That's for Steve, you know. The door's awfully heavy. I'm gonna try and pull the door open and hopefully not die. Again.
Cut to Santa. There is one innocent child in this building, and you feel your heart drawn towards them. They aren't in this room, but they're somewhere here. What do you do?
Do I hear any of that kid that's shouting at the front door? Do I hear that kid?
You do hear it. It's if you were to walk some ways and take a left, there's a big, large hallway, and a chandelier, stairs leading upstairs to the very austere living quarters of the children.
Okay, I'd like to go around because I'm gonna make the assumption that the kid might be talking to one of my compatriots. Compatriots?
Good assumption. I will say your heart is not drawn in that direction.
It's alright, Sue never really follows her heart anyway.
Do you want to move towards that direction?
Yes.
You move towards that direction quietly, quickly. How are you? Are you observing the surroundings around you? Tell me how you're moving through this home.
I'm Santa, bitch. So I'm just walking, striding with purpose.
Give me a luck roll and an observation roll. We're gonna add those together for a series of things.
Alright. Well, luck was 6. Oh, wow, observation was 7.
So, you hear a ding, and when you look down, there's a tripwire that just got crossed. And from the ceiling, swinging down, a butcher's knife comes and buries itself in your shoulder. Says a small child that then runs around the corner and away from you. You lose 3 health.
That's not bad for a knife in the shoulder.
You hear,
Help to the
hear
face was only
whispering.
earlier.
You hear his whisper. You hear whispering, cheerful whispering, like, "We're gonna get some."
I'm gonna get you, fucking kids.
When you say it, when you say "fuck," it says. You just hear
Right.
your belts.
Because I'm Santa. Gotcha. I'm just gonna yank the knife out and do you know what? I'm just gonna find this kid that my heart is leading me to. Can't be fucked.
That coincidentally takes you in the same direction as you were moving. Can you give me another observation roll?
I sure can. Observation was what again? That's 11.
A bunch of you step on a wooden slat, and a bunch of marbles all come rolling down the hallway towards you.
Oh Jesus! Can I
How
try
many
and avoid it?
You may.
Okay. Come on now. Come on, give me something good. That's a 15.
You manage to step in between the marbles, shuffle your feet around, keep your footing. I'm gonna need another observation roll, because at that moment you managed to walk past to take you, to where your heart is leading you, which is upstairs. You're gonna have to move through the kitchen. That's the shortest way. And you've just stepped into the kitchen, and there's pots and pans hanging. There's all sorts of little alcoves and nooks and crannies.
I've got one eye, mate, and a beard now. I rolled a 4.
What's the beard got to do with
You
seeing?
hear-
Well, when
Lollies?
you look down, it's just in the way, I assume.
You hear another as you activate another tripwire, it seems.
Sure.
2 more blades start to tumble from the ceiling towards you.
Can I try and dodge him?
Yep, tell me how you want to do that.
I duck.
Agility.
Oh, for fuck! That's a 3.
One slices at your shoulder, another one slices at your face. You lose 8 health.
Sure, cool.
It managed to catch a little bit of your neck. You're not doing well. You hear a slamming open of metal. And it appears the oven in the corner of the room has a very, very tight, intense flame, and there's a child behind it smiling, and with the glaring of hell on their face with the bellows.
Can I try and throw my dagger at the child's face?
That seems to me like a
That's gonna scar the kid for life.
What role do you think that would be? How do you want to throw this dagger?
Wow.
I think
What are you
that's-
trying to accomplish?
I feel this goes against the Santa Claus, but fine.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sick of these kids. They're killing me. Well, I think technically
Oh,
that
you've been
would
on
probably.
the job for 20 minutes. You're like, dang it.
I think I'd have to be quite strong to be able to throw a blade quite far at speed.
Strength, then.
Okay. Come on, that's a 5. 3 plus 2.
You toss the blade. The flame emerges and singes. It burns your beard, and as it burns the beard, it feels like your entire body is on fire. You lose another 4 health. These
Doing right well.
Don't worry, backup's coming.
says a child who pops up with a crossbow.
Cool. Is it still on me?
Meanwhile,
Okay, cool.
Feeble Steve. Open the door. Nothing there. You hear
No?
You hear a whisper.
All right. Seems fine. I'm just going to start inching my way into the room.
The door slams shut behind you, and you turn around and realize that there was a string attached to it.
So, Mr. Elf, we see you've entered. Where's Santa?
I don't know. But I'm not an elf.
Did you lie?
No.
He's a liar. Liar!
You hear a single voice say,
I wish I could lie better.
Listen,
You're in
kid.
the main hall. You're in the main hall. There's a chandelier above you, stairs leading up, and down one long hallway, and you see at the end of the hearth that Santa entered through with the chimney. To the side, there's a series of dining spaces.
The first
As well
time
as
in
what
his
looks like
life.
educational rooms.
Okay. For the first time in his life, actually, Feeble Steve stands up to his full height, and he goes, actually, you know what, kids? I just spent 16 years pushing a glass of fucking juice around a table. Do you know how much of that I got? One sip. Not even a glass. Okay, so, frankly, there's nothing you can take from me that I haven't already lost. So what do you say you come down from there, and let's you and me bloody dance.
The juice man. He's the man of juice.
Emerging
Okay.
from behind a corner with a teddy bear and with a thumb and a teddy bear, and you see through the teddy bear's stuffing a brick. Toddles out a kid.
And I kick the little bastard in the stomach. Fuck it.
Give me a strength roll.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, you know what? It's a 14.
You kick the kid and his thumb comes out of his mouth. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
The man of lies, he has strength! And he tries to scurry up the stairway.
Get out of it, you little bastard.
He drops the bear, and another kid, a larger kid, picks it up and starts to swing it. He goes like, I'm gonna eat you, and I'm gonna get good at lying. I'm gonna get myself a wife. This is what relationships are built on. I've been taught horribly well. Horribly badly. No one has taught me how a healthy relationship works. This is a bad orphanage. Bad.
Okay. Can I pull out my bottle of rum, take a big swig, and try to spit it in his face, please?
Yes, you may. You come from hell or heaven or purgatory and spit rum at the child. Give me a creativity roll.
Oh, that's a 6 after modifiers.
Splashes and ice go like, oh, alcohol! Oh, that's the water of death. I'm allergic. And he falls over dead.
Wow.
Oh, killer.
Who's,
wow.
Oh, God. Who's next? Come
Out
on.
comes another kid, picks up the bear, looks at you with fear in his eyes, says, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll break your knees. I'll break your knee. I'll drink the cartilage.
Kid, I coughed up a lung earlier on a ship. Come at me. Let's have it.
He starts running towards you with the bear over his head. Ah!
I'm going to try and just sort of move out the way at the last second. And hope he
Give
just
me
sort
an
of
agility
overcommit.
roll.
Okay, oh God.
Actually, agility or luck, whichever you choose. Agility
okay.
will go better for you. Agility will go better for the child. Luck will go worse.
Okay. I rolled luck because I have 1 dot in that. And I rolled a 10.
The child slips over a thing of carpet, falls, and the bear drops down on the back of his neck. And he's limp.
I have another swig of rum. This time I drink, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Santa has turned.
And all the voices, like the scurrying, all goes very far away from you. You have an open season on the house. Meanwhile, Cormor, the latest time you appear in the house, the old woman clutching her sheets is looking at you. She's just looking at you.
All right. Well, don't be afraid, young lady or older lady. Yeah. I am
Much
Cormor.
older lady.
Yeah, much older lady. I am Cormor. I am a Christmas god from the South American tradition from the 12th century. Now, where do you keep your worldly possessions?
I don't have to tell you that.
Well, you see, in this traditional 12th century South American Christmas ritual, it is wise to give gifts to the Cormor once they appear on the eve of the Christmas.
You've come to rob me.
Not technically.
You could say that children are the greatest valuable of all, and they're all that way. Just over there, they're just sleeping. You can take one. You can take all of them. I don't care.
How many children you got?
I've got oodles. Oodles enough for you to not look for my jewels. 15? I've got 15. I've got 15 kids. 15 juicy, yummy kids.
What's the going rate for 15 kids these days?
Whew. Well, I got about 1,400 for them. But I bet that you, with all of your powers, you could get far more. Please let me live.
Well, madam, I'll tell you what. How about you show me your jewels, and then I'll see whether it is worth me taking the jewels or the children.
Falls over dead.
Fuck.
The name removes itself from your list, and you are in the sleigh. Just chilling.
Come on!
Now, you could go to any other name on this list. Or you could just go inside and get the valuables. You've got free reign of the house. Sounds like there's some bumpling and rustling inside of there.
No, go in through the house and contend with the 15 kids, or teleport to another house and steal someone else's belongings, who could potentially be sleeping. Can I consult with Triple B, because she's sitting in the sled next to me?
Absolutely.
Triple B! You're never going to guess what? I had a magical list, right? And every time I touch these names...
Because you've been disappearing. You've been
you observed that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
I don't have to fill you
I know my observation is terrible.
All
but
right.
I definitely saw you phasing in and out of existence next to me.
Perfect.
It's fine.
Perfect. I didn't know how much I'd have to explain, but it's fine. We're on the same page.
You will need to explain to me what you were doing because you continued talking and going, wow. And then, because you were talking constantly as you were phasing back between the two places.
Well, I phased into some old racist lady's house and she got so freaked out she died. So, that was that. So, now, I was going to potentially go somewhere else. Somewhere less racist, but also somewhere I can gain some valuable jewels. Do you reckon I should do that? Or help out the rest of them in the house?
Well, how many more names have we got on the list? Because once we're done,
we got 9 more.
Any of them sound rich?
I don't know. What are the names of the list? Can I read?
Applebee's, Fuddruckers, Nando's, Go Sushi.
Oh, sweet.
McDonald's. That's an Irish child.
Okay. Yeah.
Bugar King.
Reads more like a menu than
TGIF.
anything else. Okay.
And then just continue that theme down the list.
Okay. Well, okay, Triple B.
All these. They sound rich.
Booger King sounded like royalty.
Tell you what, I'll tell you what. I'll go to Booger King and see what I can find.
Press your finger on the name Burger King, and you see a kid. You suddenly appear next to a kid inside of this home. He looks at you and says, "There's an NI next to his name." And he says, "I'll be honest. I think the rest of the kids have gone crazy."
I think your observational powers are absolutely spot on, the other one. Now, remind me of your name.
Bugar? Bugar King? I dream
Booger
of
King.
maybe a child of mine. One day starting a franchise of eating establishments. Because I don't get much food here.
Oh, I see. You know what, Booger? That's an absolutely fantastic dream of yours. And you know what? One day, you can make that dream come true.
As you talk to him, a present appears in your hand.
Oh, would you look at that? I haven't even got the outfit on, but got the prezzies to come with it. Tell you what, Booger. You keep that dream alive, and you take this little present. All right? I'm not entirely sure I'm supposed to give you this present on the list. It says NI. Not sure what that stands for. Could be national insurance. So you just take it.
Thank you, sir. What's your name?
Oh, mine? Well, I'm Colmar the Great. Don't forget it. It's an important name. If anything, right, one of these days when you have established your dream, I'm going to come back and hopefully you're going to remember me.
I don't think I'll forget you, sir. By the way, you should tell your friends to leave. They want to eat your flesh.
All right. What, they want to eat my flesh? Okay.
They're cooking Santa in the kitchen right now.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Cheerio, mate.
You appear back in the sleigh. The name crosses itself off the list. Meanwhile, several other names have also disappeared from the list. The Applebee's had disappeared from the list. McDonald's had disappeared from the list. Just a series of names.
Oh, Nando's is still there, is it?
Nando's still there.
It's still there. Fantastic.
Icky little Nando's.
Oh, yeah.
But you're back in the sleigh with Triple B.
Nice. Oh, Triple B. Never guess what I saw. Saw a kid, right? Saw a kid. Gave him a little present. I'll tell you what, this Santa Claus business is a lot easier than I thought.
Meanwhile, Santa. There is a series of children with crossbows and muskets.
Yep.
And they're just chanting, "Flash, flash, flash. We're gonna eat Santa! We're gonna take his powers! We're gonna eat Santa! We're gonna take his powers! Flash, flash."
Can I remove the suit?
You pull at it and it's like a piece of you, but the hum in your ears is getting louder from the sack you have.
Oh, can I say, all right, hold on. Do you want presents or not?
Prezzies? I don't know. Are the prezzies worth it? Santa may be a liar. We got coal last year. I'm carrying coal.
No coal! No coal!
Oh, that would be nice then.
Alright. Let me see what the humming is then. Tell me it's a bomb.
You open it up. Oh, wow. You open up the sack, and inside, it's like you see existence spiraling out before you. It is everything and nothing all at once. Every present, every object that is and shall be, whatever you need, whatever you are, whatever you have been, and whatever a child has in its darkest hour, all of these things are somehow simultaneously contained in the cosmic width of this sack. And you have a feeling that you can pull whatever you need or want from there. Particularly if it's a gift. But not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be so.
Okay. Does anybody here want a flamethrower for Christmas?
Throws flame. How does that work?
It's essentially a cylinder of gas, and there's also a bit
When you
of...
say gas, the entire room titters.
I also titter. And there's a flame, and then when you press a button, it sprouts air and it makes the fire go shoosh.
Oh, like we just did. That would be great!
Yeah? Cool. I whip out the flamethrower and I flame throw the kids.
Give me
And
creativity.
as I'm doing it, I'd like to walk backwards. Do I have, what's our agility?
Creativity.
Creativity. Okay. Not really. Let's see how that goes. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's a -1.
A bunch of children catch fire, and as they catch fire, they run and they catch other things on fire, and pretty soon, if we cut to Feeble Steve at this moment, you've just been poking around, you picked up a few valuables, you put a few of the valuables back because it's kids. You notice that the building is now on fire.
Right. I better get out of here.
You killed my brother! I will take your life! He has a little wooden sword and shield, and he starts running towards you as you start to go towards the front door.
Ah, shit. I just sort of hold the knife out and see if he dodges.
His agility score is -2. He just runs straight into it and goes like...
Oh, God.
Another name disappears from the list, Cormore.
Yeah.
Fuck!
That was Nando's.
I really wanted to go see that kid.
Well,
You step out. Both of you step out of the building at the same time. The sleigh remains airborne as the building collapses in on itself, leaving little Burger King somehow miraculously just in the center of ashes and blood. Santa, he says to the group.
Am I alive?
I didn't hear you there.
Am I alive? Why does this keep happening?
Yes,
Okay,
we can hear you now.
But
You're back. You're back.
But am I alive?
You are alive. You've managed to flamethrowed your way backwards through the halls. Steve is crying for some reason as he rushes past you with the knife still fully outstretched. The building has collapsed down around this kid.
Job's a good one. Let's go.
Santa,
Yes, that's me.
please don't come back next year.
No worries, kid. You're great. Well done for surviving. You're gonna do great things.
As you get into the sleigh and start to sail away, Kor says, "Nicely done." And reindeer bells echo into the distance. As at the same time, just the shouted word also echoes as you greet your elf on your return home. The end.
Hey!
Feel like we could have been a bit more efficient with the present given there, but you know.
well.
what was efficient was killing the children so we didn't have to give them presents.
We burned down the entire orphanage.
Yeah.
It was a bad orphanage run by a racist woman. There's
That's very true.
plausible
That's very
deniability.
true.
Yeah.
There we go.
Those kids weren't gonna do much anyway, were they?
What's done with them?
One of them had prospects.
Nando's.
Nando's would have seems like they would have had a good time.
Well,
Well, yeah. Boyga, what was it?
Borga.
Borga King is gonna have to.
Fill in the gap.
Yeah.
I feel like I've learned a lot about you today, Yogi.
Yeah, you really let the side down.
I've
Came up with some
learned
twisted
a
stuff
lot.
there.
Lots
I'm
of
surprised
killing
at the
of kids.
end, like the restraint of Mel to just be like, I'm just sharing ciggies.
Yeah,
I'm feeding reindeer.
I'm chilling.
involved in this.
I'm chilling. I'm not touching children.
Good. Glad to hear it.
That's the quote of the stream. I'm not touching children.
I'm
Mel,
not touching.
2021.
Look what happened. Like,
Yeah.
Look, I was trying to be a good Santa. It's not my fault I was brought to this hellhole.
You were the worst Santa out of all of us.
I tried! They were stabbing at me and stuff. It was difficult. I live a
They
very
went full
difficult
Home Alone on
life.
you.
They did. I was just it was self-defense.
Well, they were doing self-defense, protecting their orphanage.
They were
From
stabbing. They were trying to
strangers.
catch me and stab me and eat my flesh. Did you not hear any of that?
Yeah. It was more kind of like devil worship cannibalism rather than we're protecting ourselves.
Oh, potato, really.
Yeah.
I'd say the last child was, at least their quest was like not like so much cannibalism as vengeance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the way you talk to him. The kid I spoke to was actually quite pleasant.
But you found the only good one.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
I
god.
think that was a really interesting one of like just thinking about like the time I was going by. Okay, gotta wrap this up. Plot events. Santa gets shot. Boom.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Loved
It's
it.
very bright when
Yeah.
you take off an eye patch. My god.
You've had you couldn't see through that eye patch. You were in character the entire time.
Yeah, that's a real eye patch. Like that's a medical eye patch you would get if you had like an eye operation.
I admire your dedication.
Go.
It hurts. It hurts.
Oh
This is a real cow as well. This one.
Right. Well, thank you very much for running that for us. That was so
Yeah, thank
fun.
you.
Yeah,
That was great. Thank you.
Such a delight joining y'all. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to all three of you for joining me for this stream as well. This was part of my special 12 days of Christmas special streams that I was doing. I actually ended up only doing about 9 because I was not well for a day or two, but it's pretty much 12 days roughly.
Nailed it.
It's within 12 days, so it counts.
I would have believed you if you said that you'd done all 12 days. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, the last day is happening on Sunday, and it's going to be a charity stream. So anyone in chat, please do come along. It's for Crisis. It's to help homelessness
Fantastic
this
charity.
winter. It is, isn't it? It's a great charity. So that will be a 4-hour stream from 4 till 8 p.m. GMT. So do come along, and if you can, please donate or just spread the word. That would be great. But that's enough about me. Shall we do one last plug, and then I'll let you all go because I know people need to go. Should we start with Johnny this time?
Hello, youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's JOHNNYCHIODINI. Good luck.
Easy. Also, don't forget !guests will take you to their Twitters as well,
Oh, there
if you
you
want to
go.
make it easy for yourselves. Mel?
I am. Her name is Malula. That is, her name is Malula, like her name is Tallulah, from Bugsy Malone, because I'm old. Thank you.
At the end. Inel?
You can find me on the Twitters at Inel, INEL, on the Twitches, Inelius, INELIOUS.
That's great. I love that it's still in character. Fantastic.
You are not bringing that cow head on holiday.
We're taking this on holiday, I tell you that. I'm wearing this on the plane.
And Xalavier? I'm very aware that I'm saying your name wrong and I don't know how to say it right. I'm very bad at pronouncing. I'm sorry.
Totally fine. Xalavier, you can find me at WRIT Nelson. Space Wallet Organ Training Simulator did just come out on PC and Game Pass, and you can pick up Ellipses on the best game platform of all time. Sorry to all the other game platforms, but that's itch.io. It's just a really great place that supports its artists. And God, do we need those these days?
I'm going to be downloading the other game on Game Pass right after this.
Hey, yes, everyone should do that. Go, go, go.
Also, I think I need to hire you as a voice actor at some point. I know.
Oh my god, yes.
Perfect. If you ever need Cormor to come back, you never know.
There's a character in one of my next games I think you'd be perfect for.
Wait a minute,
Yes.
does he have a cow on his head? Yeah.
He is boisterous and versatile, much like yourself. All the people here, you assembled a fantastic crew here, Alex. Thanks.
I know.
Like it was a joy to DM for all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really excited about this. I was like, this is going to be great. And I was so glad that you all agreed to do it as well, because it just was even better than I could imagine. It was great. I loved it. Loved everyone. RPG, killing kids.
You made me dance for killing kids.
Hey, I'm not involved in that. Oh.
Right. I'm gonna pop to the be right back screen, but I will be right back because I do have to do a draw for a raffle. If you don't know, put !raffle to enter yourself in to win a £100 voucher for Insert Coin. I'm just gonna say goodbye to these folks. I'm gonna come back, we do the raffle, and then I'm gonna raid somebody. But say goodbye, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.